Hello everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's afternoon. I normally don't do my videos in the afternoon, so this is normally my nap time. I know, secret's out. It's not really a secret. Most people that know me know I nap, and that's all good because I can do early mornings really well, but then I get to about this point in the day, and which is about 2:33, and I'm dragging. Anyway, I'm stopping in. This week, my Sunday email went out talking about all things that I'm thankful for, which is mainly everyone that I get to do life with through this great community. So I thank you and all that you do to support and encourage. And this week I'm pushing a giveaway that I'm so excited to share with you. 2 copies of this little fabulous book by yours truly. Do You Know I Love You? A life of being, not doing. In just a second, I'm going to read the intro to you. What a treat. Anyway, 2 copies, free, signed, given to you, you and a friend. If you've already had a copy, that's okay. You'll get to pick 2 friends to give it to, and hey, just around the corner is holiday season, so 2 of your gifts could be ready to go. How are we giving them away? Just by sharing how you're loving on other people. Send me an email. Engage in social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Engage on the blog, NicholeHamblin.com. All those, we're just having conversations, sharing love. Tell me what you're doing. I also, if you have not joined in on the email community, that is where I'm sharing all things first. So I share the new book club that'll start up. So if you want to know about that, you're going to need to join the email community. I'm also sharing, if you've already bought or have just bought your copy or waiting to win 2 copies, I'm also sharing for free the study guide that goes along with it. Just send me an email and say, hey, I need that, Nicole, and I'll get that to you. So without further ado, I'm going to read you the intro to Do You Know I Love You? A Life of Being, Not Doing. And because I'm funny and creative and all sorts of things, I titled the intro, What the Professionals Might Call the Prologue. Have you ever come across something in the written form? You read it and it resonates within you as if it was meant for you. The words, each letter, each one was meant for you and maybe even you alone. In the moment of reading them, all else is silenced and you are alone with these words. It is in those moments that you begin to hear these words. And not only is your mind registering them, but your heart joins in too. A moment in the spring of 2010, I found my nose in a book. And in there were these words, sit, stand, walk, run. They were listed in this order on purpose. 1 was supposed to achieve, learn, and obtain the meaning of each word in this order. And within moments, my brain and heart knew something wasn't in order for me. Life felt unbalanced, and my heart ached for something. And yet, I wasn't quite sure what that something was. Sit and run. These are the words that caught my attention, as if the words were bookends holding everything together. Or maybe those 2 words represented a spectrum, and I found myself on one distant end of the spectrum, and my heart ached for balance. It was the last word of the 4 that caught my attention first. I found myself stuck on this 3-letter word, run. It was a pace in which I knew. It was a word that mentioned to keep moving. It was noise and people. Well, at least it was to me. Within the moments that my eyes were fixed on this word, I quickly realized I had been running for many years. You see, I'm a runner, and running comes easy for me. I run passionately, sometimes so passionately, I'm way up ahead of God. And for some reason that I was not aware of, I internally knew I didn't know how, to sit. Something needed to change in my life. I was being asked to sit. I had learned how to sit to get I had to learn how to sit to get my priorities in order. I needed this time to get balanced. I fought God on this. I whined and I complained. Why do I have to sit while everyone else gets to run? I argued and stubbornly kept running. I defended my running. I was still running for God. All the things I was doing, they were for Him. Justified running. And yet my running was not what He wanted. There will be times in our lives when God will pull us aside so He can get us to listen. And He pulled me aside all right. I was at a speakers conference over 2,000 miles away from my comfortable home and surroundings. I find it kind of humiliating and mocking. Why am I here then if all I'm going to do is go home and sit? God knew what it would take for me to be still enough, quiet enough, and maybe even ready enough to hear more about this whole sitting season. Why was I fighting the sitting thing anyway? I pictured this sitting as more of a punishment. It was a timeout. It was away from people, away from the action. It was too quiet, and it would be lonely. On Saturday, July 31st, 2010, I heard, "Nichole, I'm here with you. I'll be with you during this sitting season, and I've reserved this time for you. It's going to be you and me together. I have some things I want to tell you, to teach you, and you have some healing to do. I will be with you every moment. This is all good, I promise." I was standing in the hall of a very beautiful hotel in North Carolina, tears running down my face, cute little red shoes on my feet, and my head hears these words, but my heart doesn't. You deserve a fair warning, mainly because your time is valuable. This is the first of its kind, a book written by a girl who never, ever wanted to write a book. What? Maybe you're thinking right now you wish you saved the receipt. Or maybe you were given a free copy and you're thinking, thank goodness. Where does one officially start writing a book? Especially a book they don't want to write. Introduction? Well, I included one as if to make this the real thing. Who knows? This might just be one of a kind. I'm sure it is. Why me? Why a girl from a little town who has many other talents like shoe buying, reading, running, baking a yummy chocolate cake? Writing is not included in my repertoire. Look at me throwing in big words. And just so you know, I'm not a girl of big words, and I had to look up the spelling of that one. Of all people on the face of this earth to write a book, I'm truly thinking I am not it. Writing a book requires patience, obedience, and letting go of fears. Fears that are tightly attached to pride, perfectionism, the need for control and caring what others think, called people-pleasing. Can you have parentheses inside of parentheses? See my point? I'm not the one to write a book. So what has me here at my laptop long enough to focus and sit still to write this book? I have to believe that God knew what He was doing and what He was getting Himself into when He created me. A personality that would question the purpose and motive and that would doubt my abilities for the job and would worry what others would think about this whole process. Why would He ask me to write a book? How could He ask someone who would rather be out running? You see, He has some great writers out there, ones who truly knew what they were doing, ones that knew how to set up a sentence. Where did this lofty idea come from, you may be asking? My heart begs, can you put your grammar knowledge aside for a few pages and read? Will you be brave and courageous and just see if any point of this finds its way into your heart? Included within the pages of this book is a truthful account of a girl. That girl being me. I think they call that third person. Journey to sit and hear from her Creator. A girl learning she is loved via a process she would have never foreseen or chosen. It is my hope that by the end of these pages you hear something, maybe you've never heard before. Will you go on this journey? Will you find out what got me to sit long enough to write a book? Friends, it is such an honor to get to share this book with you. So please comment, spread the love, and I hope this book ends up in your hands. Have a great afternoon. Bye.